Schumacher. Well,
Oh. Hi.
well.
Okay. Okay. So this is a game I found on
January.
on January. This is a game I found on Steam. Sorry for punching you in the face. Apparently it had like super overwhelmingly good reviews.
It said overly popular.
Yeah, it was like
Positive.
unnecessarily positive or some shit.
This game is necessarily too good.
Mm-hmm. So, apparently it's a text-based adventure. I did not do any research on this prior, so when I opened it up, I was very confused. So, we're going to read the stories, and we're going to make the decisions. Apparently, every decision that we make leads into a different option. So,
You know how
we can
usually
be
go.
Yeah, we can be fucking evil. So
We're gonna do that.
Winston Q is alone in the Nostradamus room waiting for you. He is sitting in the long meeting table that occupies much of the room, his swivel chair turned away from you so that he faces the plate glass windows that run the length of one wall, offering a view out across the city of Seattle, a curious habit, given that Winston Q was born completely blind. Wow, that took a hard left. Come in, he says as you stand in the doorway. Take a seat. And as I took a seat, I left the room with said chair. Little did Winston know, for he is blind.
Read it.
You do so. I confess. I feel quite underprepared for this meeting, you say, as he turns to face you. But then, nobody seems to know what it might be about. Winston Q is Chief Financial Officer of Metahuman Inc, a position of considerable importance. You can't imagine what you might have done to attract his interest, or, for that matter, his wrath.
For he is blind, you see.
You see, he does not. To all external intents and purposes, Metahuman Incorporated is a biotechnology firm. Winston continues, we use cutting-edge science to improve the human condition, and, of course, we attach a substantial price tag for our services. But you've been with us for a while now. You know what really goes on in this building. We play with dark sorceries and extraterrestrial technologies. We gleefully cross the lines that humanity was never meant to.
Ah, yes, wizards and and aliens.
Yep, alien wizards. This is Glorknak.
I think there's a movie about that.
Are you fucking serious?
I think it was a show. I think it was called Wizards versus Aliens.
Holy shit. Yes, you answer. Our company is rather unusual. I still don't see why you wanted to speak with me. I wanted to speak with you about the theft of $2 million. The theft that you committed. Okay, the options now are, you think I stole $2 million. That's ludicrous. Luna! Mr. Q, I'd never betray this company like that. Believe me, if I wanted to embezzle $2 billion in $2 million, you'd never know about it. $2 billion's a bit too much, though. Mm-hmm. I presume you have some form of proof. Please talk away.
Please talk away? What does that mean? Please.
Turn that way and talk. I kind of wanted to go the dick route.
Yeah, dick route.
All right, dick route. Winston sighs, then says, I wouldn't make an accusation of such magnitude without corroboration. He slides the tablet across the table in your direction. How the fuck did you see me to slide it this way? Also, how did you see the tablet and what's on it? For all we know, this could literally be a fucking brick.
Just hand him a stone tablet.
It has nothing but fucking scribbles on it. Like a 3-year-old drew it. Here you'll find a summary of the evidence we have against you.
How could he see what was on there?
Unapproved requisition of resources, company funds funneled into a well-hidden accounts that can ultimately be traced back to you, etc. As you stare onto the tablet, you realize the only thing on it is Flappy Bird. Not even a settings option.
And he's level 45.
He waits while you examine the tablet. It displays various transaction receipts, emails, computer logs, and so forth. Overall, it is just as Winston said, somehow surprisingly. The evidence is clear, unlike his vision. You've stolen $2 million, or thereabouts, from Metahuman. And yet, in your heart of hearts, what do you know to be the truth of the matter? The evidence is a fabrication. I would never steal so much as a paperclip. Wow, that's... the evidence is false. I wouldn't be averse to corporate theft, per se, but in this case, I'm innocent. I am a criminal many times over, but theft has never been my delinquency of choice. I am innocent of this crime. I have stolen from Metahuman.
Yeah.
Nowhere near as much as $2 million, you fool. I am guilty, exactly as Winston says. I've been found out.
Third option. That's what I'd go for.
My delinquency is choice. I don't know. I kind of want to go. I wouldn't be averse to no. Evidence is fabrication. I kind of want to go with that choice.
Yeah, well, let's go with that one.
I'm just curious to see how this all plays out. I want to be a dick, but kind of a good guy dick. You know, like Tony Stark. He's a dick, but he's a good guy.
The dickest of good guys.
The goodest of dicks. I've expended considerable effort tracking your activities, Winston says, and so I think I'm entitled to some answers.
Yeah.
No, quite. I'll ask you a couple of questions, and I'd appreciate truthfulness. First, do you consider yourself a charitable person? Second,
No.
Did you commit this crime? I answer both questions truthfully. Yes, I consider myself kind, and no, I did not steal from this company.
What? No. No.
I do not consider myself charitable, but I won't say so. Yes, I consider myself kind, and no, I did not steal from this company.
I like him too.
I'm essentially good-hearted, but it's none of your fucking business. I didn't steal your money, bitch.
That's all I tell you.
I am law-abiding, but only because I fear the consequences of crime. I'm good-hearted, but I'm also no fool. I assume you have reason for constructing this bullshit case against me? The real question, what's in it for me if I admit to this crime? I'm Batman.
I want to go for number 2. That's what I would go for.
Consider myself yes, I consider myself kind, and no, I didn't. Yeah, I like that one. Holy shit, lots of options. Okay, Winston frowns. My question about your nature is to satisfy my own curiosity. I find you can learn a lot about a person if you test their self-regard. As for your denial of this crime, I'd hope for your cooperation more on this part. Initial guide 50. Initial compassion 50. What the fuck is that? Is that like our stats?
Probably.
Stat screen! Moments pause.
Stat screen!
And then you say, well, this evidence is damning. What happens next? Where do we go from here? There's one more matter I'd like to discuss with you. Remind me, what career route brought you to Metahuman? What's your professional background? Academic, I've been rather entrepreneurial, finance, human resources, IT, legal services, management, everywhere I've worked, marketing, medicine, quality control, risk assessment, science!
That's it. Just science.
Just science! You have a sneaky... Shut up, cell phone!
That's house phone.
Oh, shut up, house phone! You have a sneaking suspicion that Winston knew what professional trajectory you followed, and you wanted a few moments at his motives in asking you the question. I imagine that news has filtered down your department concerning Metahuman's performance of late. I've heard some things, you say. As much from external media as internal sources. I don't know why I went Kermit.
Just keep reading.
I just like to imagine Winston from Overwatch and Kermit the Frog are in a meeting.
A giant gorilla.
A giant gorilla and a frog. Then you know we're in a bad situation, says Winston. Our existing products have been the source of a series of legal disputes and public relations fiascos. All current product developments have been frozen, pending resolutions of lawsuits that could drag on for years. Or, if you read this really fast, could drag in for years. Despite decades of success, we've essentially been reduced to a company starting out from zero. We're just barely allowed to continue trading on the New York Stock Exchange, but President Takei... Like George Takei? Is George Takei our president?
Yes. He is.
Oh, that's so cool!
Oh my.
Oh my. To every bill, ever. Himself is keeping an eye on us. And there's our CEO, Anuri Kitakari. That.
There we go.
Anaru Katariki, who has literally disappeared amid rumors of gross professional misconduct. Ew. And an assortment of criminal activities. Metahuman's best investigators cannot find him, and they are very, very good at locating people. It's just another blind guy like in a room full of maps, and he points and he goes, "He's there," except doesn't point at any maps. And they look under the table that he's pointing at, and then there's the guy. I've heard stories about Mr. Katakari's disappearance, you say, but I wasn't aware of the specifics. We're trying to keep these things secret, Winston tells you. Have you ever met Honoru Katakari? Not personally, no. Oh, really? Now that's curious. He's been very interested in you for years. I'm sorry. I respect, your orientation, but I'm not gay. So, the employment contract of CEO of Metahuman Incorporated contains a very specific clause that allows him to name his successor should he be suddenly should he suddenly be incapacitated and unable to fulfill his professional obligations. For example, if he suddenly disappears, Mr. Katakari has chosen to exercise that clause, and he has named you as his replacement.
Who are we?
I don't fucking know. Apparently we're just some jackass who's, like, a good guy, but kind of a smartass and likes science. From the decisions we've made so far, that's all I know about us. For a moment, you're sure you have misheard, Winston. I'm sorry, I don't understand. Then let me be as blunt as possible. 420.
YOLO.
Swag. You are to take over the position of Chief Executive Officer of Metahuman Incorporated for a minimum period of 1 year, with the salary, privileges, and obligations that role affords. And as for this recent matter of you stealing $2 million from the company, we'll just fuck it. What? We'll forget about it as a gesture of goodwill. Oh, I love that store.
I want to steal $2 million and then get a promotion and then, like, fuck it.
I know, right? And just, like, sit here, steal $2 million, scream about science, and then get a promotion.
Start doing that.
Did you steal this $2 million? Bitch, I might be. Science. Here's a job. You may of course decline this post if you prefer. Should you choose to do so, however, Metahuman will aggressively prosecute you for your recent criminal activities. Are you blackmailing me into taking a job? What? Winston gives you a few moments to absorb that, and at last you manage to say, "Why me? Why did Mr. Katakari want me to finish this job?" Kataraki. Fuck, I've been mispronouncing this the whole time. Winston sits forward in his chair. We do not know, and we'd very much like to, in truth. Metahuman could break this clause. It would be costly and tiresome, and no doubt details would leak into the press, and we'd have to answer some uncomfortable questions. What is your sexual history? But it could be done, and yet we still wouldn't know why Katariki chose you for this job. How better to get that information than to indulge him? So, you really have a very simple choice. Take this job with excellent pay, with the publicity and opportunities for networking that will boost your employment potential 1,000-fold, no matter how things turns out. Or, go to fucking jail. Winston rises, crosses the room somehow, even though he is blind, one slender finger staying in contact with the edge of the meeting room's table. You note he moves with remarkable self-assurance. Bitch, I'm blind, but I'll walk through that chair. I don't give a fuck. I'll give you a little time to think about it, he says, and passes you a slim dossier. Here's your contract. Read over and complete the personal information, human resource stuff, and sign at the bottom. You can bring it to my office at the end of the corridor when you're ready. Alright. Alone now, you look across the city before you, trying to take in the full impact of this brief meeting. Really, what choice could there be? Somewhat absently, you look down at the document he has left you, as well as a lengthy contract outlining your obligations as CEO. It includes standard personnel form. Your first question is, sex, male or female? Male, female. It's a little more complicated than that, but I guess I'll check male. It's a little more complicated than that, but I guess I'll check myself female. Why confine myself to labels? I don't answer the question, because I'm a boss.
Just click male.
I kind of want to be a lady, though. I got a dick, but I like Hallmark movies.
Just click male.
Okay, whatever. Regular male. Preferred title. Mr. Dr. Professor, can I check all? Doctor or Professor or Mr.? Which one? You pick this one.
We're a scientist, doctor.
Okay.
Why you want to be professor?
First name, Akil. Cameron, Casey, Gabriel, Lee, Ian, Isaiah, Isamu, Joe, Jordan,
Michael.
Kelsey, Martin, Michael. No, you picked the last one. Seiji, Xavier, Zaki. None of these. Do we get an option to write our own name? Because if so, I'm going with
It's either that or it's just professor. None of these.
Hello, doctor. I like Seiji. Shinji. Family name, Bennett. DeGroot.
DeGroot. Wait, McDowell?
Dude,
McDonald.
I wish they had some of the last names from Death Clock in here. Like Mr. Flumperdump, da Bumpa Wumpa Hump Dump.
You probably would have just...
Dembski, Bowden, Garcia, Gauthier, Ivanov, Lavender, Leung, McDonald, Minshin, Nazer, Song, Solomon, Torres, Walker, and none of these.
Yeah, we're going with
I like DeGroot. You read through the pages of employment contract. Should you accept, you will be responsible only to the company's shareholders. You know that even though Metahuman is a publicly held company, a core of 6 main shareholders collectively hold a controlling share of the company. And though the identities of some of those groups are not publicly known, they will essentially be your bosses. This employment contract is to run for a period of just 1 year, after which the main shareholders will evaluate your performance and assess your future desirability in this position. Ominous. As Winston said, Metahuman is a company that has so far casually exploited dark forbidden powers. Come to the dark side. Do it. As such willingness to do so has seeped down from your company shareholders, if you are found undesirable, you wonder what form the shareholders' wrath will take. Form of a bucket of water. And yet, what choice do you really have? If you refuse to accept this job, you will have no doubt that Metahuman will prosecute you for gross theft, and their evidence appears solid. You will be convicted. Years in prison or a shot at glory and brilliance. You initial each page of the contract and sign your name at the end, Mr. DeGroot. You find Winston in his office at the end of the corridor. It's signed, you say, placing the contract before him. I'm blind. You have to physically hand it to me, you fuck, he responds. Let me be the first to offer my congratulations, he says. I hope our relationship will be long and prosperous. Now, come with me. Your first duty as a public announcement is to state your acceptance of this post. I won't forget you threaten me with prison, Winston. Now let's go. Wait. Now that I'm officially in charge here, I want answers. What's going on? Out of curiosity, who would have been next in line if I said no? And what's the rush? Why can't we make a big announcement later once I'm more up to speed with the events around the company? Ooh, I like number 2 in the last one. I'm officially in charge, I want answers, or what's the rush? Can't we get me up to speed? Which one?
Last one.
Alright. You think press announcement is a consequence of you taking your job? You've got things the wrong way around. Opinion has been divided about you among the senior shareholders. Some have argued that a company should not have executed this guy's wishes. And he was a thief, after all, and a traitor to this company. It's the press conference, and more widely, the media's demand for a firm response on the events in this company. They have forced the shareholders to come to a consensus, and they've decided in your favor. Now, we really have to leave. Winston pages his assistant, Miss Nakamura, and the 3 of you descend into the building's lobby and pass through a great revolving door out to your waiting car.
Wow, a revolving door, that's great.
I don't know, right?
There's
So much
special
detail
about it.
You can just imagine everything in this game. Actually, it's pretty well written. I like this. There, on the sidewalk, you take a moment to look up at the tower reaching into the sky above you. It's 570 feet tall. Exactly. Not an inch more. I was very specific to the contractors. Get General Pig Grievous off of the microphone. Aside from the Space Needle, it's the tallest building in Seattle. Including sublevels, it contains 88 floors, and now it is yours. Dr. DeGroot, I am your new assistant. That's not his line at all. You glance up. Your official Cadillac is parked in front of you. One of the many perks of being CEO of Metahuman.
You get a free fucking Cadillac?
I know,
what?
right? Beside it stands a man of 50 or so, his hand extended in greeting. I am Groot. Robert Leach, a pleasure to meet you. Mr. Leach here was this guy's personal assistant, said Winston, beside you. He's now yours.
You get a free car and a slave. Holy shit.
A pleasure, Mr. Leach. I'm going to depend on you to bring me up to date with a lot of the day-to-day business here. You worked closely with this guy. How did you find him? Of course. I get my own PA. Ooh, I'm going to have a long list of shopping shit for you. I'm not used to such formality. You should just call me Mr. Shiinchi. No offense, Mr. Leach, but aren't you a bit old to be a pa?
The first one.
I kind of want to make him my slave.
Okay. Let's just do that.
I kind of want to make him my slave, but I do like the first.
No.
I'm thinking. I don't really know because I really like this list, the whole thing. Shit.
So it's either the first one or
It's
the
either
third
the first one or the third one. Yeah.
Oh look, my own pal.
When two decisions are to split apart from another to make a choice, you pick one that is not the choice. I don't know what I just picked.
Yeah, neither do I.
If I may, I'd prefer to stay with Dr. DeGroot. Okay, so I picked the one that said, don't call me sir.
Yeah, stop being so fucking formal, dude.
I find a degree of formality is more conducive to a professional and efficient working relationship.
Alright, good
As
man.
you wish.
Good man.
Mr. Leach. You, Winston, and your assistants climb into the back of the Cadillac. Winston passes the assistant his tablet. The press releases, he says. Miss Nakamura brings several documents onto the tablet screen and hands it to you. Because Winston is fucking blind and can't do that himself. Apologies to all of our blind viewers. I recently watched Anchorman 2. So everything going on in my head is... I drank a whole bottle of ketchup. How did you do that? Because I am blind. Alright, we've taken the liberty of preparing several contrasting press statements, Winston tells you. Each one is ready to go live on our company website. We only need you to decide which strategy you want to back and announce it at the press conference a few minutes from now. We
will
release the corresponding documents as soon as you've announced your choice. What?
So are we just like... Is this game about us being the head of a company and making decisions?
I guess it's kind of throwing you into a scenario and you have to figure it out. That's what I'm understanding of this so far.
Cause that's what I'm getting from it so far, and then we're gonna bankrupt it.
I actually really like this. It's not much of a game. It's more of a choose your own story. Like, I don't know if you remember those from the Goosebumps books, where it was like, choose your own adventure. If you choose to go down the left path, turn to page 89.
Yeah, I
remember. If you choose to go down the right one, go to 87, and then you're like, oh shit, 89. And you open it up, and it's like, you died. Oh no, I didn't turn to that page, I swear to God.
My hand is still on the other page.
It's still on the other page. You saw it, you've seen it. You glance through the prepared statements. They variously exercise caution or expansion, innovation, or reliance on tired and tested methods. Their tone paints you as either encouraging and inspirational, or a stern figure capable of making tough decisions at a tough time. I've completely underprepared for this, you tell Winston. You can't possibly expect me to decide this company's strategy for the coming year in a few minutes. Fuck. As I told you, it's this media circus that has pushed the controlling shareholders to come to a consensus concerning your appointment. Maybe they should have done so earlier, but they didn't.
So fuck it.
And we just have to get on with that. He leans forward. Dr. DeGroot, this statement is just a public relations exercise.
You're a dumbass. Announce whatever strategy.
Announce whatever strategy you think will make Metahuman look good. Consider the short-term and long-term impact of whatever you say, and remember, you will be free to change your mind later.
behind closed doors.
Which strategy would you announce in my place, Mr. Q? Mr. Leach, not Lynch. Holy shit, that's a different topic entirely. What do you think this guy would do if he were here right now? I need to be briefed. I need to know about the current events at Metahuman. Who will be at this press conference? Who are the big names to watch out for?
3.
Alrighty. What would you like to know that you haven't already learned during your tenure at Metahuman? Fuck, they expect us to already know shit about this game. Ugh. It's like we woke up with amnesia and suddenly we were in a room with a blind guy screaming about science and $2 million in promotions. Fuck. What would you like to know that you haven't already learned during your tenure at Metahuman? Ask Winston. We are an international corporation specializing in the field of human enhancement. To the general public, we achieve such feats with innovative technological developments. In truth, we also have the ability to call upon sorcerous powers or devices of extraterrestrial origin. Recent legal problems have forced us to abandon all current developments and begin a new set of enhancements from scratch. These are essentials. Now, if a journalist asks you something you can't answer, simply say no comment or take your best guess, whichever you think will be the more satisfying answer. The Cadillac journey is over far too quickly for your liking, as you arrive at the Perch Hotel where the press conference will take place.
Okay.
Alrighty, we will continue this in part 2 because I'm actually really enjoying this, and I think we both kind of want to finish this today because it's actually really interesting.
Yeah.
So, thank you for, I don't know why I'm clapping so much today, but thank you everyone for watching, and be sure to hit that like button. Be sure to share the fuck out of this video. Like, share it until it can no longer fuck. And subscribe for more awesome content like this and the ending of this story, I guess. So,
Bye.
bye.